Have you ever wondered why those late-night bathroom trips keep stealing your sleep? Could it be more than just age catching up with you? And what if one simple daily mistake is secretly making your prostate grow without you even realizing it? If you're a man over 60, I'm a doctor with decades of experience helping older men protect their health and regain confidence. Today, I'll share 5 powerful yet simple ways to support your prostate, sleep better through the night, and feel more like yourself again. No medication, no surgery required. Stay with me until the end, because the final tip is a quick 15-second ritual that has changed the lives of countless men, helping them wake up refreshed and energized. Method 1. Stay hydrated consistently throughout the day. Many men believe that cutting back on water in the evening will reduce those frustrating bathroom visits. But the truth is, even if you try this, you'll often find yourself waking up tired, restless, and still making those nightly trips. I'm here to tell you that this common habit may actually be harming your prostate health instead of helping it. Let's look at the first method to improve your prostate and finally get better sleep: staying hydrated consistently throughout the day. For years, many men believed that drinking less water in the evening meant fewer trips to the bathroom at night. It sounds logical, right? Less water, less urine, fewer interruptions. But here's the truth. Cutting back on water is one of the biggest mistakes you can make for your prostate and bladder. In my 30 years of experience, I've seen countless men proudly reduce their water intake, thinking it would solve their problem. Yet instead of relief, they end up with more urgency, greater discomfort, and restless nights. Why does this happen? Because drinking too little doesn't solve the root issue. It makes it worse. When your body is dehydrated, the small amount of urine it produces becomes highly concentrated. Imagine a dark, strong cup of coffee compared to a lighter one. That concentrated urine is darker, more acidic, and irritating to your bladder's lining. For men over 60, whose prostates are often already enlarged or sensitive, this irritation sets off a chain reaction. The bladder becomes overactive, sending urgent signals to urinate even when it isn't full. This cycle creates that urgent, got-to-go-now feeling, often ending with just a trickle once you reach the bathroom. Even worse, an irritated bladder presses directly on your prostate, causing more inflammation and swelling. Before long, those 1 a.m., 3 a.m., and 5 a.m. wake-ups feel like an endless routine. Dehydration also slows your body's ability to flush out toxins, leaving your prostate vulnerable to chronic inflammation. That's when symptoms like weak flow, dribbling, and discomfort become more persistent. The good news is you can break this cycle with one simple habit: hydrating consistently throughout the day. Instead of gulping a large glass at once, sip smaller amounts from the moment you wake up until early evening, ideally stopping about 90 minutes before bed. Aim for 8 to 10 cups daily, depending on your activity level and climate, but spread it out evenly. A simple guide is to check your urine color. It should be light yellow or nearly clear. Dark or cloudy urine means your body is dehydrated, and both your bladder and prostate are paying the price. If drinking late worries you, taper off slightly in the evening, but don't cut water completely. Water is not your enemy, it's your ally. Proper hydration calms the bladder, eases pressure on the prostate, and restores balance to your body. When you stay hydrated, you flush out toxins that can build up in the bladder and irritate the prostate. Clear, diluted urine is far gentler, reducing premature urges to go. That means fewer nighttime trips, deeper sleep, and less pressure on your prostate, easing symptoms like urgency or a weak stream. Hydration also boosts circulation and helps your body fight inflammation naturally. Picture waking up after a full night's rest, feeling lighter, stronger, and more in control. That's the power of this simple habit. Take John, a 67-year-old retired mechanic who came to me exhausted from waking up 4 times a night. He thought cutting water after 6 p.m. would help, but instead, his urgency worsened, his flow weakened, and fatigue became constant. I explained how concentrated urine was irritating his bladder and prostate, then set him on a new plan: Sip water steadily from morning until early evening, keeping his urine clear. Within 2 weeks, John was waking up only once a night. After a month, he often slept straight through. He told me, "Doc, I didn't realize how much I was hurting myself until I started listening to my body. Now, I feel like I've got my energy back." And John's story is far from unique. Countless men have experienced the same relief by making this one simple change. Now, let's move to the second method. Stand up and move every 30 minutes. Have you ever sunk into your favorite recliner, watching a game or reading the paper, only to notice that nagging discomfort in your lower body by day's end? For men over 60, those long hours of sitting may be doing more than just making you stiff. They could be silently harming your prostate. Spending too much time in a chair puts constant pressure on your pelvic area, right where the prostate sits. That pressure restricts blood flow, irritates delicate tissues, and fuels inflammation. And for men whose prostates are already enlarged or sensitive, this becomes a recipe for worsening problems. The fix is surprisingly simple. Stand up, stretch, or walk around every half hour. It doesn't take long, but it gives your body the break it needs to restore circulation and protect your prostate health. Sitting for too long can make symptoms like urgency, weak flow, or pelvic discomfort even worse. Many men tell me they never realized their favorite chair could be working against them until the sleepless nights and constant bathroom trips began to pile up. Here's what happens inside your body. The prostate depends on steady blood flow to bring oxygen and nutrients while carrying away waste. But when you stay seated for hours, the weight of your body compresses the blood vessels in your pelvic region, slowing circulation to a crawl. With less blood flow, the prostate becomes starved, leading to swelling and irritation. Over time, this aggravates an already enlarged prostate, pressing against the bladder and urethra. That's why you might notice frequent urges, a weaker stream, or waking several times at night. Sitting too long also tightens the pelvic floor muscles, creating even more discomfort. And for men over 60, whose bodies recover more slowly, the damage adds up quickly. The encouraging part is you don't need a gym or marathon training to fix this. Small, regular movement is enough to protect your prostate and keep circulation flowing. The fix is surprisingly simple. Stand up and move every 30 minutes. Use a timer on your phone, watch, or even a kitchen clock as a reminder. When it buzzes, rise, stretch your arms overhead, take a few steps around the room, or walk to the window and back. These small movements don't need to be strenuous, just enough to ease pelvic pressure and get blood flowing again. If you're able, add a gentle stretch, like touching your toes or rolling your shoulders. The point is to break long periods of stillness and give your prostate the circulation it needs. You can do this while watching TV, reading, or even during a long drive by pausing to stretch. It's a tiny change that works for any lifestyle. Moving every half hour isn't just about standing up. It's a signal to your body that it's still active and strong. These brief breaks restore circulation in the pelvic region, reduce swelling, and ease pressure on your prostate. The result? Fewer urgent bathroom trips, a stronger stream, and more restful sleep. Beyond your prostate, these movements lift your energy, improve mood, and support overall health. Imagine enjoying your evening without that heavy discomfort, or waking up refreshed after a full night's rest. That's the power of this simple habit. Frank, a 68-year-old retired school principal, is a great example. He loved his routine of reading the paper and watching sports, but constant pelvic heaviness and 4 nightly bathroom trips left him frustrated and drained. When I asked Frank about his routine, he admitted most of his day was spent sitting. I suggested setting a timer to stand and move every 30 minutes, even if it was just a short walk to the kitchen and back. At first, he chuckled and said, "Doc, I'm retired. Isn't resting the whole point?" Still, he decided to give it a try. Within 2 weeks, the nighttime bathroom trips became fewer, and the urgency during the day eased. After a month, Frank told me, "I feel lighter, like a weight has been lifted. I never realized how much sitting was holding me back." His energy returned, and he even began taking short walks with his wife, feeling more connected and in control of his health. The truth is, you've earned the right to rest, but your prostate depends on movement to stay healthy. Starting today, make it a goal to stand up and move every 30 minutes. It's as simple as setting a reminder and taking a few steps. Your body will thank you with less discomfort, deeper sleep, and a renewed sense of vitality. Method 3. Limit caffeine, especially in the morning. Think about that warm cup of coffee you enjoy every day. Ever notice how often it sends you rushing to the bathroom afterward? If you're over 60, that daily caffeine fix may be doing more than just waking you up. It could be quietly sabotaging your prostate health. I've spent over 30 years helping men live stronger, and one pattern I see often is the impact of caffeine. For many men, a cup of coffee or tea feels like a sacred morning ritual, sometimes followed by iced tea or soda later in the day. But here's the catch. Too much caffeine from coffee, tea, or soda can wreak havoc on both your bladder and prostate. I've met countless patients who never realized their frequent bathroom trips or restless nights were tied to their caffeine habits. Yet this small oversight can make symptoms like urgency, dribbling, or a weak flow much worse. Caffeine is a stimulant. It doesn't just wake up your mind, it revs up your entire urinary system. It acts as a diuretic, pushing your body to produce more urine and irritating the bladder muscles, triggering that sudden, urgent need to go. For younger men, this might just be inconvenient. But for men over 60, with prostates already more sensitive or enlarged, the effect is magnified. Caffeine can trick your bladder into signaling full even when it isn't, causing frequent urges, incomplete emptying, and those exhausting nighttime wake-ups. Over time, this constant irritation can inflame the prostate further, making symptoms worse and sleep harder to come by. The good news? You don't need to give up coffee completely. Be strategic. Stick to 1 cup in the morning to enjoy the ritual, then switch to non-caffeinated options the rest of the day. Herbal teas like chamomile or peppermint not only relax your system but also soothe your bladder instead of overstimulating it. If you enjoy soda or iced tea, switch to caffeine-free versions in the afternoon. This simple change reduces strain on your bladder and gives your prostate a much-needed break, especially later in the day when your body should be winding down. Cutting back on caffeine, particularly after the morning, helps calm your bladder and reduces those urgent dashes to the bathroom. It also means fewer nighttime interruptions, allowing you to sleep more deeply and wake up refreshed. Less irritation eases prostate pressure, improving urine flow and boosting overall comfort. With better rest, you'll feel more in control and energized to enjoy your day, all from one small adjustment. Take Gary, a 65-year-old retiree who loved his coffee, iced tea, and evening cola. He came to me exhausted, waking 5 times a night to urinate. When I suggested limiting caffeine to just his morning coffee, he was doubtful, but agreed to try. Within a week, he was down to only 1 or 2 nighttime trips. A month later, he told me, "Doc, I feel like I've got my nights back." He didn't miss the caffeine nearly as much as he thought, and his clarity and strength returned. I've spent more than 30 years helping men protect their vitality, and one of the most important steps is adding anti-inflammatory foods to your diet. Many men over 60 grew up with red meat and processed foods, bacon, sausage, deli cuts at the center of their meals. They're tasty, comforting, and part of life's habits. But what feels harmless can quietly damage your prostate. Red and processed meats are high in saturated fats, preservatives, and chemicals that fuel inflammation. For a prostate that's already sensitive or enlarged, it's like pouring gasoline on a fire, making symptoms like frequent urination, weak flow, or pelvic pressure even worse. Most men never connect their diet to restless nights or repeated bathroom trips, yet the link is undeniable. The prostate reacts strongly to inflammation, and these foods trigger swelling and disrupt hormone balance. They can raise estrogen and lower testosterone, creating conditions that encourage prostate growth. On the other hand, anti-inflammatory foods rich in omega-3s, like salmon, walnuts, and flax seeds, help calm the fire. These nutrients lower inflammatory chemicals, ease pressure on the prostate, and support healthier hormone levels. The result? A reduced risk of enlargement, smoother bladder function, and fewer urgent nighttime awakenings. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet. Just make small, smart changes. Instead of filling your plate with red or processed meats, add foods rich in omega-3s like walnuts, salmon, or flax seeds. A handful of walnuts in your morning oatmeal, grilled salmon once or twice a week, or a sprinkle of flax seeds in a smoothie are simple, affordable steps anyone can take. Even replacing just one meat-heavy meal each week with these anti-inflammatory choices can make a noticeable difference. Your prostate will thank you, and so will the rest of your body. Beyond easing urgency, weak flow, or discomfort, these foods also calm overall inflammation, reduce nighttime bathroom trips, and improve the quality of your sleep. They support heart health, hormone balance, and give you more energy to enjoy your day. Imagine sitting down to a meal that not only tastes good, but also helps protect your prostate and restore your vitality. Take Joe, a 70-year-old retired Navy veteran. He loved his weekly steak dinners but struggled with constant nighttime trips and fatigue. When he began replacing some of that red meat with walnuts and salmon, he was surprised by the results. Within weeks, he slept better, felt stronger, and noticed far less urgency. He told me, "Doc, I feel clearer and stronger, and I still enjoy my food." His story is proof that small dietary changes can create big improvements. Method 5 is managing stress with just 10 minutes of deep breathing each day. Have you ever noticed how the weight of family concerns, finances, or simply the daily grind keeps you up at night or leaves you feeling drained? For men over 60, that stress does more than fray the nerves. It can quietly harm the prostate. Stress isn't just in the mind, it runs through the entire body, and the prostate feels it. Many men carry silent stress from years of responsibilities, retirement shifts, or health worries. Over time, this hidden pressure fuels prostate problems like frequent urination or pelvic discomfort without them realizing the connection. You might think you're handling it, but stress builds up quietly, disturbing sleep and making nighttime bathroom trips more common. Ignoring stress is like ignoring a slow leak in your car. It eventually catches up. When stress rises, your body produces cortisol, the hormone that triggers inflammation throughout the system, including the prostate. For men with an already enlarged or sensitive prostate, the impact is even greater. Cortisol tightens pelvic floor muscles, increases pressure on the bladder, and disrupts hormone balance, lowering testosterone and worsening symptoms like urgency or weak flow. Stress keeps the nervous system on high alert, making it harder to relax or get deep sleep, which only worsens prostate irritation. Over time, stress and prostate problems feed off each other, draining both energy and confidence. The good news is this cycle can be broken with a simple, free practice. Just 10 minutes of deep breathing each day, ideally in the evening, can make a real difference. Here's how. Find a quiet place, sit comfortably, and breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold that breath for 4 seconds, then exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeat this cycle for 10 minutes. This 4-4-6 breathing technique calms the nervous system and lowers cortisol levels. Doing it before bed relaxes the body and prepares it for restful sleep. No equipment, no cost, only the commitment to give yourself this small gift of calm. Deep breathing doesn't just ease stress, it directly supports prostate health. Lowering cortisol reduces inflammation, easing pressure on both the prostate and bladder. This means fewer urgent bathroom trips, better sleep, and improved urine flow. It also loosens tight pelvic muscles, adds comfort, and supports overall control. Beyond that, this practice lifts your mood, sharpens focus, and restores confidence. Imagine drifting into sleep peacefully, then waking up refreshed and ready to take on the day with renewed energy. Let me share Richard's story. He was a 66-year-old retiree who came to me feeling worn out, waking up multiple times a night to urinate. He admitted he was constantly worried about his family and finances, but brushed it off as just normal stress. I introduced him to the 4-4-6 breathing technique, asking him to practice it each evening. After 2 weeks, Richard noticed he was sleeping more soundly and felt less urgency. He told me, "Doc, I didn't realize how much I was carrying until I let it go. I feel like myself again." His confidence returned, and he even began enjoying his hobbies more. This simple habit reminded him that sometimes the smallest changes can bring the greatest relief. These 5 methods, hydration, movement, limiting caffeine, anti-inflammatory foods, and stress management, are simple but powerful steps to support your prostate health, sleep better, and restore your confidence after 60. You're not broken. You simply needed the right tools, and now you have them. Take one step today. Which of these habits are you ready to put into practice in your own life? Share your thoughts, because your story may inspire someone else on the same journey. Stay safe, stay strong, and I wish you good health, happiness, and peace. And remember to subscribe to my channel, Healthy Aging Blueprint, for more practical tips to help you live better every day.